Hi guys, welcome back to a sprinkle of dark cocoa. I know it's been a while, but I'm writing exams and that's why I've been like very slow on dropping more videos. But today I'll be talking more on piercings, and the first one I'll be talking about is the septum piercing. So stay tuned. So what is a septum piercing? A septum piercing is that piercing that comes in between the two nostrils. You know, we have the regular nostril piercing that comes here, and we have the septum. The septum is the one that comes in between the two nostrils. It comes right here. I'm very sure a lot of people have seen it in TikToks. Everywhere is a very common piercing. So that's that. So the issue with septum piercing is that normally a septum piercing is supposed to be located in between the bone and the cartilage of your nose. Inside your nose, the bone is at the back and the cartilage is in the front. So like there's a gap in between that is like very thin. That's where we pierce. But sometimes the place may be too tight or may not even be as visible. Maybe the cartilage is so close to the bone, then we eventually have to like go through the cartilage parts that is like in front. So yeah, what are the types of rings we use for the septum piercing? The jewelry we use for septum piercing is basically the septum ring. From the name septum ring, you know it's for a septum piercing, but the septum ring can be used for other types of piercings, but the septum piercing uses the septum rings. Other type of piercing that you can rings you can use in a septum piercing is like a captive bead. It's a hoop that has one ball, a captive bead, or you can even use a hoop generally, just a plain hoop. You can use a hoop too. So those are the types of rings you can use for a septum piercing. So now I'll be talking about the pain level. I know it sounds scary because you know sometimes you have to go through cartilage, the very thick parts. It's just like your ear, the same materials, so it's not that bad. So the pain level of the septum piercing, in my opinion, when I had my own septum piercing done, I had my own septum piercing done 3 consecutive times. I did the last one myself. I did the other ones at other places, but it didn't work out, so eventually I had to do it myself. So with my experience and clients' experience and reviews, I would say the pain level of your septum piercing is between 4 to 7. You know, everybody has like different pain tolerance. I have a very high pain tolerance, but the first time they used a gun to smash my nose, so it was painful, and the second time they just did it all wrong and crooked, so I had to like get it redone, and it was a 4/10 for me. But others have like ranges, so definitely I would say 4 to 7. Then the healing time isn't that long. It's one of like the easiest piercing to even heal, like facially, on all your facial piercings and even ear piercings. I feel like the septum heals fastest, and it heals between 8 to 12 weeks, and they are done. But then I remember my second septum piercing, it took a year. I had it on for a year and it still didn't heal because they did it all crooked and it was just bad. So I had it in for a year and it was just not it. So I had to get it redone. And when I did it again, I did it myself, and within 6 weeks I already saw like very huge improvement, and as at 8 weeks it was all healed and I was very happy. So yeah. Okay, going to the pros and cons of the septum piercing. All piercings have pros and cons. Some may be health-wise, some may be physical, anything, but every piercing has pros and cons. So I'll first talk about the disadvantages. The disadvantages of septum piercings isn't all that much, aside the fact that maybe society, because the thing is just like in between your face. If anybody looks at you, they'll just look at it and they'll be like, who is this person with this shiny thing? So aside society and being having like judgmental people making comments on you, there is really not a serious issue with the septum piercing. Then going to the advantages, septum piercing has advantages. Firstly, it is very pretty. I have a septum piercing. If it won't look nice, I won't even bother putting it on my face. So it is a very beautiful piercing, and it can be hidden. Like mine is hidden. I had to go to class and it's not allowed in school, so I had to hide it. So it's very easy to hide. You can walk around at the jobs that don't allow piercings, and you can have it on anywhere you go, anytime, any day, without anybody noticing, except like children and cats that like shiny things. So they're sneaky like that, so they easily like look into your nose and see that you have something shiny and dangly inside. So besides that, that's just it. And another benefit is anybody can get a septum piercing. It's not anatomy bias. Anybody can get it. A pointed nose, fat nose, big nose, small nose, anybody can get a septum piercing, so it's a good thing. But then it looks better on people with a wider nose like mine. If you have like a pointed nose, it may not look as pretty as those with a wider nose, but everybody can get the septum piercing. That's good. Yeah, just stay tuned. I have more coming up back to back. This month is going to be full of content, so stay tuned.